great way to expand your musical knowledge.
It's true. Well, it's
Being
not.
a disc jockey.
Well, being a disc jockey, it might be generally, but it's not when all you can play is, like Julio Iglesias and things like that, because you're working in a restaurant,
How'd you meet one another?
At school, in high school, when we were 12, George had just moved into the area. I'd been at school a year already, and he was put in my responsibility, as it were. Put in my charge. I had to look after him, which I didn't.
Look, and the teacher said, "Look, Andrew, take this boy away. Bring him back, smart, street sus, with the right clothes. One day he could be a pop star," and it worked.
Did you get on right away?
Yeah, right away.
Immediately.
We had a very similar sense of humour. We had a lot of other interests. The main one being the music. We both recently bought Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and that was an immediate talking point.
Do you know, this is going to turn up in all our interviews for America, that we'd both bought Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Elton John is going to be really flattered.
What were early band names that you guys were involved with? Were you involved with separate bands at any time?
No, it's always the same one.
The Executive, which is a band we formed when I left school at 16 and I went to college. It's just a continuation of school, and that we played in that for about a year and a half with some friends. Actually, my brother and one of our friends who has a contract with EMI in England.
It was really just a starting block for us as writers, but it was a useless band. I mean, the material was good, the material was great fun, but we were absolutely hopeless musicians,
It was a ska band?
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. And it kind of broke up when people just couldn't manage to turn up for practices anymore and things like that.
How did the name Wham come to you? Why did you choose it?
Well, we had the song Wham Rap, and we hadn't got a name, and we knew we wanted a name that was very memorable, short, and that conveyed in some form the energy that we felt we had, and Wham seemed to fit right away.
We just thought to ourselves, would it look good big? And we decided it would.
In lights.
On Broadway. Yeah, on Broadway. But it does. I mean, it's the type of I don't know. It's the kind of name that would sound really weedy on a small band. On a band that was anything other than really successful, it would sound really too imposing. But when success starts to match the name, then you've put yourself on the right track.
Wham.
Wham. And
Why
wham.
the exclamation point?
Oh, that's simply because.
Well, it's like, you used to see it with Batman, didn't you?
An expression,
Batman
isn't it?
Batman had an exclamation mark?
Yeah, just a sort of, what's the word? It's, yeah, how's it go? I can't do it, my lips are dry.
He's the singer.
Yeah, I mean, because I can go, see?
I used to be able to do that.
I've got them black lips.
Let's talk a little bit about that for a second. Blue-eyed soul.
Blue-eyed soul. What does that mean? Oh, does that mean white soul?
Yeah.
Blue-eyed
Much
soul.
nicer way of putting it. I like that.
It is, isn't
blue-eyed
it?
soul.
It's like, blue eyes. I wish I had blue eyes. God, that'd be good. I wish I had blue eyes.
I don't.
Conscious effort, obviously. Major influence and conscious effort.
Conscious effort.
Unconscious effort.
Well, it's definitely not particularly conscious effort. You're just taking all the influences that you have and putting them into your own, interpretations. I think it's good really because the black influence and the popular influence with us is so equal that no one takes priority over the other, and that's part of the reason for our success, I think. Because there's no way, we're not trying especially hard to make songs have any real black element, and we're not trying especially hard for them to be totally straight down the road pop, and I think therefore they end up with that kind of 50-50 balance, which seems to fit in the charts really well these days.
Definitely so. Bad Boys, I guess, was the first song that cracked the U.S. charts.
A little.
Certainly wasn't your first song
It
out.
it
made a slight
scratched
dent.
it.
Made a little dent
Yeah.
in it. Yes. Bad Boys isn't a song that I'm particularly proud of as a writer. I feel it's very formularised. It was written in the wake of Young Guns, really, and I feel very proud of Young Guns. And I think in trying to actually emulate it with Bad Boys, to get that same feel, I wrote a formula record which I've never done before or since. So it's something. It's an area I try to forget about, but it's very hard to forget about, because it was quite a big record for us.
What's the story behind Wake Me Up Before You Go?
I think. The George came round my house, and I had a note on my door for my mother to wake me up, and I'd misspelt it. I'd put "wake me up," so I finished it off "before you go," and he thought, good.
I just thought
line
"Wake
for
Me
a
Up Before You
song.
Go" would be a great line for a song, and then realised that it actually made a great title, because it just had that sense of nonsense about it. I mean, when it's funny, but you tend, once something is a hit single, it tends to lose that nonsense. But when we were originally saying to people, when people were saying we've got a new single out, and we said, yeah, we've got this great new song out called "Wake Me Up Before You Go," and like everybody would kind of look at you really strangely, I mean, what the hell are they trying to do? And that it became like, once it's a hit, it seems totally conservative, but "Before You Go," I suppose, is really a piece of nonsense in itself.
What is pleasing to the eye is not always pleasing to the ear, and vice versa. It makes perfect sense in the context of the song. When you read it, it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What are they saying? What's going to be the follow-up? What's going to be the next song out?
We're not
Absolutely sure, but we'd imagine "Careless Whisper."
Mm-hmm. This is a solo effort on your part, correct? Or is there a lot?
It's solo, but over here it will be Wham featuring George Michael,
Solo.
as the American marketing would have it. But I think that's fine. I mean, obviously we don't want to kind of detract from
Solo,
the
but co-written.
popularity. Yeah, it was co-written. It's a George Michael single in England, or it was, for the simple reason that over there, by then, we'd built up a very strong image as Wham of being up-tempo, escapist, fairly aggressive music, and to release a Wham single which was a slow soul ballad would be a bit of a slap in the face for our fans, So we thought we'd release it as a solo thing, which would also open a few ears that had already been closed to Wham,
It's a brilliant piece.
Do you
It's
like
so
it?
well orchestrated in the beginning, and it just does magic. I love the thing. I absolutely love it.